So welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. Vinyl Monday is the who, what, when, where, why, and how do I feel about classic albums in my collection. Alright, let's take the plastic off. So my copy is right from the jump, things are gonna get a little weird because while A Gift from a Flower to a Garden is a box set, it is also two single albums, both of which I already owned before the box set. So there is a beautiful mono reissue by indie label The State 51 Conspiracy, but enough about all that because I need to talk about all of this cover art. All three of these jackets were photographed by Karl Ferris, an artist featured several times on this series, whether as an associate of the Fool Collective, personal photographer to Jimi Hendrix, or just as a friend of the show. Karl got his infrared film from the American military, which is objectively wild. He developed a special treatment to get really vibrant purples and pinks out of it. The gift art shows the full spectrum of colors that Karl could get out of his method. Where Your Love Like Heaven is drenched in these pinks and purples. For Little Ones has more blue to complement the yellow illustration, and the box cover photo is more pink, blue, and brown. Our boy Donnie is meant to be dressed as an ancient Gaelic shaman, but according to him, the robe is actually an antique Bulgarian or Romanian wedding gown, and the really hard contrast makes him look like he's wearing eyeliner in sort of a proto-glam way. In his words, and I quote, "I was wearing chicks gear long before anybody else." So I was lucky enough to get a hold of Karl himself to talk about this art, and this is the gist of what he had to say. The Where Your Love Like Heaven cover was shot at Bodiam Castle in Sussex. Karl chose this location for sentimental reasons. As a kid, he would ride his bike past the castle on his way home. Wow, imagine being a kid in England or Europe in general and just being surrounded by structures hundreds or thousands of years old. When Donovan commissioned Karl for a film we'll talk about later on, they went down to Cornwall. This is where the cover of the box set was shot. On the jacket of For Little Ones, Donovan is holding a bouquet of flowers as he chills in this decked out rowboat, which a book in my collection has compared to Waterhouse's The Lady of Shalott. I asked Karl if the nods to pre-Raphaelite art throughout the packaging were intentional. He says yes. It was one of his favorite periods he studied in art school. Donnie is gently wrapped in whimsical illustrations by Mick Taylor, no, not that Mick Taylor, and Sheena McCall. On the back cover of the box, Donovan is pictured with the creator of Transcendental Meditation and the Beatles' spiritual guru of choice, the Maharishi. B-roll Abby will for sure be less clumsy showing you this. I don't want to break this box. But inside are the lyrics and liner notes, all written by Donovan, and the For Little Ones cover repeated. I don't have the lyric sheets that originally came with this, but I'll insert details of them if I can. On A Gift from a Flower to a Garden / Where Your Love Like Heaven / For Little Ones, we have the real-life fairy tale prince himself, Donovan. On vocals, guitar, harmonica, banjo, and serving as principal songwriter. If we're going by its original US release date, Gift was the first honest-to-goodness box set in pop music, predating All Things Must Pass by like 3 years. Roll transition. Where Your Love Like Heaven, backed with Oh Gosh, was released as the promo single, and Karl Ferris directed the promotional film to be played on music television shows. If there ever were a visual representation of what listening to Donovan feels like, it's this film. It features both the A-side and B-side of the single, as well as Three Kingfishers off Sunshine Superman. Absolutely goated song choice. Three Kingfishers is one of my favorite Donovan songs. Starring opposite Donnie in this video was his muse at the time, Jenny Boyd. The dress Jenny wears, as a top actually, was designed by the Fool. Thanks to the auction house's high-quality photos, I was able to slap together this recreation. Jenny borrowed it from her sister Patty. You might know her better as... and Jenny better as...
Jennifer.
According to Karl, Donovan was so taken by Jenny that he wrote the song on location for this film. The chokehold these two sisters had the British rockers in was crazy. A Gift from a Flower to a Garden is among one of guitarist, producer, tastemaker, and Renaissance man Steven Wilson's all-time favorite albums. On a 2020 episode of his podcast, The Album Years, he identifies Donnie as being ahead of the curve on the double albums front. He says the packaging is conceptual and thought out, better than Sgt. Pepper's even. Hear Your Love Like Heaven is one of his most quintessentially psychedelic 60s songs, quintessentially Donovan at this point in his career. The chiming keys act like sort of a drone, there's a strong organ lead, presence of flute, and a free-floating psychedelic feel. The lyrics are quite esoteric. Donnie dreams of an idyllic flower child world where all the human race is proud and free. He's more focused on painting a feeling with his words as opposed to a defined picture. In fact, he might literally be painting.
Walking in the sea, short twilight. It's then you spy carnival lights. You slowly near the magic side. Tangerine sky. One kind. Take time on time. Your pretty hair, the gypsy drive. What doesn't care if you catch your hair in the Ferris wheel? Lantern. Ferris wheel lantern. A silver bicycle you shall ride to bathe your as it seems, your hair will mend, and the Samson strength to begin again. Take time on dry your pretty eyes. Watch the seagull fly. Skies to build its nest in the Ferris wheel lantern. In the Ferris wheel lantern. If ever I return. girl.